She was an American poet, memoirist, and civil rights activist. She published 7 autobiographies, 3 books of essays, several books of poetry, and was credited with a list of plays, movies, and television shows spanning over 50 years. Her life, work, and words have had a great impact on so many people, and even though she's no longer here with us, she inspires us in different areas of our lives. Here are some of those inspirational words from Maya Angelou.
I took a course in Unity about 2 years ago, online. Not to become a member, a minister, but just to understand more deeply. There's a book called Lessons in Truth.
Wow.
And in the book, there's a line which is, God loves me. And when I came to read it to my then mentor, Frederick Wilkerson, the late Frederick Wilkerson, I read, God loves me. And he said, read it again. And I said, God loves me. He said, read it again. Read it again. And finally, I said, God loves me. It still humbles me that this force, which made leaves and fleas and stars and rivers and you, loves me. Me, Maya Angelou. It's amazing. I can do anything and do it well. Any good thing, I can do it. That's why I am who I am. Yes, because God loves me and I'm amazed at it and grateful for it. I'd like everybody to think of a statement by Terence. The statement is, I am a human being. Nothing human can be alien to me. If you can internalize the least portion of that, you will never be able to say of an act, a criminal act, or I couldn't do that. No matter how heinous the crime, if a human being did it, you have to say, I have in me all the components that are in her or in him. I intend to use my energies constructively as opposed to destructively. If you can do that about the negative, just think what you can do about the positive. If a human being dreams a great dream, dares to love somebody, if a human being dares to be Martin King or Mahatma Gandhi or Mother Teresa or Malcolm X, if a human being dares to be bigger than the condition into which she or he was born, it means so can you. And so you can try to stretch yourself. So you can internalize, homo sum, humani nihila me alienum puto. I am a human being. Nothing human can be alien to me. That's one thing I'm learning. Maybe the hardest part is if you teach, you have to live your teaching. You can't say, you do not as I do, but do as I say. No. You have to say, I'm doing my best to live what I teach. I have a painting by Phoebe of a group that she calls Sister Suki's Funeral. And there are about 9 women, and they all look like women in my grandmother's prayer meeting group. So whenever I'm obliged to do something, I take that painting and I look at that painting. There's an empty chair. And I think, now what would Grandma do? What would she say? I can almost hear her voice say, now, sister, you know what's right. Just do right. You don't really have to ask anybody. The truth is, right may not be expedient. It may not be profitable, but it will satisfy your soul. But that's a wonderful thing about the icon. You continue to grow. And you develop courage, the most important of all the virtues, because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently. if you've seen another truth and had enough courage to change your way of thinking, to say, hey, everybody, you know what I said last week? I don't believe that anymore. A little child just straightened.
I think that when young people of any race are reasonably bright and find themselves with no open doors, they will do many things. Alas, there are those who will not be forgiving, and so that they blame the person for trying to make a better world for herself or himself. And so that becomes a pejorative and an assault. And so people say, you know, you once did it. But I mean, at 18 or 20, you might do many things.
Right.
If you're blessed, you will come out of that. You will forgive yourself. That's the most important thing.
Who intends to do good. You see, the idea, I mean, that anybody is good is foolish. Just foolish. You can't be that one thing all the time. You can intend and try to keep your intent pointed in the right direction. And then when you blow it 400 times in one day, you know, you should have enough courage to forgive yourself and try to start again the next day. I don't mean that. But if the awful thing befalls you, it is a wise thing to try to take that and open it up and make it of use. So that the writer says, if you get a lemon, make lemonade. You know, why hang about milk, all that stuff, and just make a bore of yourself? Human beings cope. We do that. I'm not...
A lot don't. They do.
Well, that's true. I'm sorry for that. But people are really much greater than they think themselves.
Welcome back. Please share the parts of the video clip that you found inspirational and how it inspires you. Don't forget that you can send in your emails if there's a celebrity or entrepreneur that you want us to showcase on YouthVation TV channel. Always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. I'll see you in the next video.